This video is going to go over FF1 door clip, which lets you get pause storage and skip part of the cutscene after FF1. I'm going to give a demonstration and then explain the inputs, but I'm also going to provide a link to a document that outlines how the trick works mechanically, as well as some things that can go wrong when you're trying to learn it. I recommend checking that out if you have the time, as it should make the learning process much smoother, and should improve your understanding so you know why something is failing when it does. Ideally, you should use Pro Controller for this, since you'll be doing pause storage right after the clip, but I'll be using Gamepad with gyro turned off. Both controllers work with the cues I'll be showing, I just prefer the feel of the gamepad. First we need to set up our facing angle. Pull grapple and hold down right to walk back into the corner, and to make the red dot bob straight up and down. Align the red dot so the right side of it just barely touches the edge of this dark spot, as shown here. This is the angle that works for me, but if it's giving you trouble, the document I mentioned earlier goes over how to adjust that angle to find one that works for you. Once you've got your angle, move forward to give yourself some space, and item slide backwards. Then, after gaining some speed, tap down to convert to positive. I like to convert after I've gone back to the corner to avoid some confusion, as the red dot tends to shake a bit when you first hit the door frame. After a moment, you should see the red dot dip down a bit. Don't worry too much about catching this immediately as it happens, just be ready to react to it. Once you see it come back up, tap target to stop building speed, then press and hold target and down on the control stick to bring Link back into the corner. It's important that you press target twice here. Holding it straight out of the item slide will put you in the grapple twirl animation, which will mess with your camera later, as you see here. Now, we need to adjust which way we're moving without changing where Link is facing. To do this, keep holding target, then slowly roll the stick along the bottom from down to left. At some point along the way, Link will start sliding up the door frame, like this. When you see this, roll the stick back the way you came until Link slowly slides back down toward the corner. The key word here is slowly, as moving the stick too far down can mess with the next cue. That said, this window is fairly lenient, so don't spend too much time getting this perfect. Once you've got an angle you're satisfied with, pause and let the stick go neutral, then unpause. This will keep Link moving in the same direction, but will prevent us from accidentally adjusting it any further. You want to keep holding target, and at some point you'll see Link dip down twice, like this. Just like with the red dot in the beginning, you don't have to be super precise with this timing, just be ready to react to it. As Link comes up from the second dip, let go of target so the camera pans down and Link's legs are visible. We need to lose a bit more speed after seeing the second dip, so I like to wait for Link to take about 3 steps. Then pause again. We need a very specific control stick angle to clip. To get it, we're going to look at the item screen and move the cursor over to the options button. Then hold left on the stick and carefully roll the stick along the edge and down until the cursor moves from options to the bottle. Try not to move further down than the angle that makes the cursor move. At this point, if we unpause, we will clip, but as you can see, we'll go straight through the door. To actually end up inside the door, we need to roll on the same frame that we clipped to cancel our speed. This should happen after 2 frames of being unpaused, meaning you need to wait a frame before rolling to actually get the clip. Most of the time, this is enough to get you into the door, but even if you clip and time your roll correctly, you might end up clipping back in bounds, like you see here. Thankfully, there's an easy fix for this. By pressing B right after rolling, you'll do a jump slash that'll cut your momentum short and keep you inside the door. If you get the normal clip, this will just pull sword, which doesn't lose time. Because of this, I recommend pressing B every time, just to be safe. All of those steps and details can be a little overwhelming, so I'm going to go over a more general outline to hopefully make things a little easier to remember. So, we get the right angle and item slide back. Target to get out of first person once you see the red dot bob. Change the direction you're moving to go down the door. Wait for the 2 dips and 3 steps. Use the item screen to get your stick angle. Roll 2 frames after unpausing, and press B right after in case you need the jump slash. And that's everything for door clip itself. From here you get pause storage with your preferred method, and save warp out of the cutscene after the second fade out. Again, if you're having trouble, I recommend checking out the document in the description, or you can ask in the Discord if you're still confused. Good luck!